What was your thought process for leaving WWE and going back to WCW at that point? Because you had a pretty good gig at WWE.
Yeah, they were sort of pressing the restart button with me. I was with the Allied Powers with Davey Boy, which I love doing as a tag team. They were going to break Davey Boy up as a tag team, him and I, and put us back as singles. Because Vince prefers his top talent to be able to be tagged, but also carried as a single. So he was coming up with storylines for Davey and I to split and singles. But at the time, my character was kind of in a transition phase. And I just put in my, we signed those 2-year deals. I just didn't renew. And Vince knew it. Vince and I were talking about where my character was going to go. I worked for, which I know is hard to believe, for 6 months without a contract at WWE. I planned on re-signing and wanted to. I, in casual conversation with Sting, because we've always been best of friends, mentioned that I was somehow in our conversation, I was working at WWE without a contract. He goes, Sting, almost dropped his phone. Wait a second, you're wrestling in WWE the last 6 months and you're not under contract? I go, no, we're just working on a handshake. We're going to work out a new contract. I wanted to do some stuff on the side, like in fitness. And I wanted the language in there for the contract with Vince. We were kind of just working out the final details. Sting got on the phone with Eric, and Eric wasn't too big on me at the time. So maybe a low ball offer. I talked to Sting and said, we're doing this new Monday night show. I'm telling you, come back and you and I can do some stuff together. And we're such good friends. I met in secret at Sting's house. And Eric and I talked. And 2 weeks later, I was on house shows in Canada for Vince in Moncton, New Brunswick, and all them up there. And the next night I walked out on Nitro in the Mall of America. Right off, I actually did take me out of the TV shows that I was in that I'd done with Vince the week before. I was on those shows. They had to pull me off those shows.
And so you thought, by talking to Stings enough, that you thought that the opportunity was so big that you were willing to take a low ball offer because you saw what the opportunity could be.
Well, Eric heard I could be not hard to work with, but I had a little bit of, I always said it was confidence, but a little bit of arrogance about me, which I did, I've been told. And Eric wasn't too sure if I'd fit in with kind of my reputation in the business. So he wanted to test me by lowball me. Sting goes, Eric's going to lowball you. Don't get insulted. I go, oh. And he goes, but you get in the door and you'll get a good deal. So, and it worked out incredible. They kept me. I mean, they hid me at a different hotel across town in Minneapolis. They brought me to the back door of the mall with a towel over my head and like a sheet around me, so you couldn't see my body. And on the other end of the mall, none of the boys knew until other than Eric and Sting. I think Hogan might have known, but when they walked me to the gorilla position, we all call it. Even though gorilla wasn't there, we all call it the gorilla. And nobody knew I was there. And I just walked out on the show at the end there. Who would have known? I mean, we didn't have any idea then that it was going to turn into like a big Monday Night War, but that was kind of a good to be at the opportunity to be one of the first shots fired on that competition war thing. I had no idea it was going to get that big. And boy, the rest was man, you talk about a historic time in the business to be able to be a part of that. Wow.